Welcome back. Welcome back. That was a little toned down, but welcome back to the Collegian Cooldown episode 34, which our lovely man, Philip, has alluded to, the Giannis episode.
The Giannis episode. Could have gone Shaq. Could have gone someone with deep ball knowledge, but I guess we ended on Giannis.
We went with the Greek freak.
I believe that's 3 straight basketball, so we got to come up with something for next episode.
I mean, we had Walter Payton right there.
We got a week.
Sweetness.
We got a week to really get in our bag.
35.
First one that comes to mind is, Brandon Crawford. But
those locks.
it's too much of a layup.
Not a big UCLA guy, but I respect him.
Yeah, I guess.
Have to love him. Episode 34. Here we are, live, hot. I mean, so much lights around us. We're glowing. We're glowing right now.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good. So what do
You know what else is glowing?
What else is glowing?
The sun outside.
Yeah.
You know what month it is?
It's March.
It's March, baby.
It's March.
You know what March means?
I mean, the weather would make it seem like it's like beautiful, but I've heard that there's madness.
There's a lot of madness.
There's madness brewing. There's a storm brewing, not in the sky, but in college sports.
One of the best times of year.
It's March. They talk about Christmas, 'tis the season, but no, I think March 1st, that's when it really starts. 'Tis the season, March Madness. Baseball is obviously I can almost
Just right
feel
there.
it. I can almost feel
And we're like 3 weeks away.
the garlic fries, the Ghirardelli ice cream. I can almost taste that.
I mean, not for you, Mr. Lactose Intolerant, but
I'm a fan of it whatsoever. Okay,
I'll go
I'm a
through
fan
the
of it.
pain.
However, NBA playoffs, that's
NHL playoffs
super
too.
close. NHL, I'll throw you a bone. We'll talk about NHL. I'll give you that one. Everything's heating up. Golf is heating up. I'm sure,
Throw you a bone.
We can talk about the Cognizant Classic that ended over on Sunday. We don't have to dive into that. We're going to touch on golf, the bigger tournaments, just a little bit later. But there's so much to talk about. It's March Madness, and there's a lead up to March Madness. There's conference tournaments.
A little preview.
Mini
madness.
Mini madness. So let's talk about that as it pertains to Fresno State. We are here at Fresno State, of course. What do you want to start with? We are. We're actually in the Collegian office located at Fresno State. We're not, like a pizza parlor, despite the blue canopy out there.
Got it. Okay.
Some people may be a little bit confused about that. So the more you know. What do you want to start with? Men's or women's basketball first?
Well, they both played.
They did both
on Saturday.
It was one of the doubleheaders. It was one of the doubleheaders.
Yeah, I mean, out of the 3,
one of the doubleheaders. So let's just start with the women's. They played first.
They did.
First things first. What kind of crowd was in the State Mart Center?
I'm pulling the numbers up right now. Not good.
No. Would you say it was 4? I don't even say that. 4 times less than the. I'm sure that's not the proper
We've got
terminology.
1,374, according to ESPN.
Okay.
Um,
The men's who played just 3 hours later after that tip off.
One moment. Definitely could see a difference in the crowd.
In the story that we wrote in the dogfight, of course, you've already read it before in paw print.
What did I say? 1,374.
Yes, I wrote that at the time, the men's team was averaging quadruple the attendance to the women's team. Does this number fit?
Give me 1 second. I want to get my math correct.
Jeopardy music, Philip. You know what? Is that copyright?
1,374. All right. So I've got the math here. So you said four times. So the men's drew a crowd of 6,142. And if you do some quick maths, I didn't need a calculator, obviously.
6 to 1. Yeah, that's
carry the 1.
total numbers.
Comes out to 4.47 times the attendance. Quite the number, and especially because it was senior day.
Yeah,
that was
stark
the
contrast. So let's get into it. The senior festivities. There's a lot of seniors, graduate players on this women's team.
3 seniors, 3 grads. Yep.
What was that atmosphere like? You were obviously at the game before.
It was emotional. You could definitely tell. All the coaches came out. There's a lot of players that aren't from California, so a lot of the players didn't get to walk down with their parents or anything. Notably, India Clark walked out with I believe Jenna McCarthy. Jess Giowara came out with one of the other coaches. I believe the only player that was able to come out with their parents was Jason Gamble. So, and she's from San Bruno. So that kind of, makes sense. But yeah, from kind of just the opening tip-off, it was kind of clear that the Dogs were overmatched by the Rebels. I think at the end of the first half, 2 UNLV players, Leah Alexander, and I want to get her first name right, I believe it is Meadow Roland from San Joaquin Memorial, had, I believe, 25 of 36 points for the Rebels in that first half, which, I mean, if you hold 2 players as their leading scorers, that's pretty good. But, when you only put up 22 points, that's not going to be a recipe for success. Dogs struggled again shooting. They struggled against Grand Canyon in the midweek game that we both went to. They were 20 of 64 from the field, 7 of 23 from 3. And, I mean, UNLV just has size, and that's something that the Dogs don't have. And, I mean, it's a new roster. It's a new composition, right? You lost quite a bit of your size from last season. Not just in total roster comp, but so UNLV, credit to them. We'll see you in the tournament.
Yeah, we did see a former Bulldog, Raya Elohim. What'd she give, like 11?
11 points
11
on
points.
4 of 10 shooting, 1 for 7 from 3. She was held at 2 points in the first half, but she came out and towards the end of the game, she had some swag to her. She was kind of feeling it.
That 3-point Sally, I watched that watched the highlights and just drains it and did one of these. That's a deep in her bag for that celebration.
Yeah.
That was really wasn't the nail in the coffin, but that was, when you're celebrating like that,
Yeah.
You've won the game.
Yeah, and then Meadow Roland, 17 points, 12 rebounds. It's just, there's certain things that, players are good at. And she was very dominant inside. She was 8 of 14 from the field. Yeah. And then their leading scorer, Lee Alexander, 21 points, 5 of 9 from 3, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc. So when she got inside, she was not scoring, but she was knocking down the threes and knocked down 6 free throws for the Rebels. They had 10 players. Dogs obviously battling some injury, only running 8. And it's starting to show that they're getting a little tired and they can't run. McCarthy can't run what he wants to run with his, fast-paced line change style of offense of, you're a quarter of an inch off your defensive assignment. You're getting yanked for 5 minutes. So it doesn't look like they're going to get any healthier for the tournament. Both India Clark and Alani Oliver are on boots. So it looks like their season's over. So that's a bit tough.
Obviously the injuries have crept up. They've had opportunities to make a push for a mid-tier seed in this tournament, and now they're going towards the bottom.
Yeah, I do believe tomorrow will determine.
In New Mexico.
Yes. If Air Force loses or the Dogs win, they will get the 7 seed. They will play Nevada. If the Air Force win against San Diego State and the Dogs lose to New Mexico, then they will be the 8 seed and play the Cowgirls out of Wyoming.
That's a big game because 2-0 against Nevada on the season. 1 on the road.
1 home.
That's a big
I believe they beat
matchup.
them 30 at home or something. Maybe not that much, but definitely had a dominant showing. 20, my bad. 20-point win over Nevada
Win
in.
like that, you definitely want to see him again.
Yeah, that'd get them to round 2. I don't know. They'd probably play the 3 if they're the 7, so they'd match up again against Colorado State. At this point, could be UNLV, could be Boise State. They're all tied. Could be New Mexico, even if some tiebreakers go their way. So it'll still a lot to figure out in terms of the seeding, with just one game left.
Yeah.
March 3rd. Can you believe that? It's already been 4 months since the opening game against Fresno Pacific. I remember going to that game. I thought, damn, I have so much time to cover basketball, and boom, it's already
covered our last home game.
Already here.
But we're already here, right? Things have happened. But I think you should think about where you will be in just the near future.
In about, say, 5 days from now?
About a couple of days from now. Like that.
Yeah.
You will be... Well, you're going to San Francisco first.
Yes, I will be in
ACP.
San Francisco, which will be a fun experience. I'll be one of the speakers. I'll be able to present a little panel.
Get this guy a mic. Yeah.
Actually, I'll be on 2. Well, good thing I have one right now.
Bring that with you. Philip, can you borrow that?
Yeah, I'll be doing one with SIDs and then one on breaking news and public records. So that'll be a fun experience. And then we have Friday to kind of just hang out, go to more breakout rooms, and then Saturday, 5 a.m. flight out of San Francisco.
This is where the fun begins.
We head to Las Vegas to cover the women's tournament, which, of course, we don't know when they'll play. They could be playing at, I believe, 5:30 or noon. So it'll be a fun experience. It'll be my first time traveling out of state to cover. Be able to put a little dateline in the articles, which will be nice. Nice little flex on the profile.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
But yeah,
get to put Vegas.
Yeah, and then it'll just kind of be they keep winning, I'll stay, and hopefully I get to stay for the entire time, but I just want to have some time in Vegas, get a little bit of experience out there covering a neutral site thing, a new place, new arena.
Everyone is right there.
Yeah.
And they're getting ready right before these games. They're watching these games. All the media people are in their little area. It's a very cool environment. And what an interesting sort of situation we have here. You wrote for the men's side, being more excited.
I did.
I wrote for the women's side. And just happenstance,
well,
we're going to the other.
Well, if they knew why, it's pretty obvious that you have some opposition in just the next town over. But yeah, so we won't get into details, but I feel for you. So
it's sucks, but I think it's cool that we wrote that, and then we're flipping to the other team, to the other side.
Well, I think it's also just, to show that we both care about both teams, something some fans don't.
I think say that again. Some people didn't hear you.
We're doing this because we care, and some fans don't.
Wow.
So,
yeah, those double headers don't start on the second game.
No.
So the doubleheader means there's 2 games. They don't start on the second game. That may have tripped them up.
I
so
guess,
for next year.
Well, let me just pull up something here. And I sent this to you before the weekend.
Have the receipts.
From the Fresno State Athletics Instagram. This is not from men's basketball. This is not from anything. They posted this picture of a very cute baby in a was that Grogu?
Grogu, there you
yeah, go. Grogu hat, advertising the baby race. $10 tickets, Star Wars Night 2026 Bulldog Baby Race Championship, and free parking. You have to be at the men's basketball game this Saturday at 5 p.m. Completely ignoring that there was another game on it too for senior day for women's basketball. So we see where the Instagram lies.
Yeah, I mean, that's a toughie. You know, you got 6 people that will no longer be with the team after this year.
One of probably, she's here for 5 months, but one of the more impactful players on the program, Millie Long.
We'll leave it at that. We've been saying this whole year, this whole semester, pushing for equal attendance to both games. It hasn't happened. We'll see with the move to the Pac-12 how that does, because this is the final opportunity for the Bulldogs, both teams, to be fighting for a Mountain West title. So take one last look at the jerseys, take one last look at the arena, and see all those MWs.
Want to just point out that there was allegedly supposed to be student day giveaways at the women's game, but never heard anything of that sort on Saturday. But looking at the advertising, there was 4 Instagram posts for 5 Instagram posts for the men's game at 5, and there was 2 for the women's game. So I'm no mathologist, but I do believe that 5 minus 2 is 3, and
if you round up, that's almost
4. Yeah,
4.
yeah.
Kind of like the attendance. So watch the Lady Dogs as they take on the New Mexico Lobos tomorrow, and then watch them in the tournament, because they may get a good draw.
They may
Against Nevada in
They
the first
just-
round.
they
They're
just
in
may.
Vegas. They might
roll the
roll the dice. A little cue back to a couple episodes ago. We've talked about the women's team. We're gonna leave that there.
Throw it under the rug.
Let's now go over to the men's team, who both are in very similar situations right now with the injury bug and offensive struggles.
That they are.
Dogs got taken down against Boise State on Saturday. Star Wars night.
Didn't see a lot of Star Wars stuff. I thought there was going to be, player intros that were going to be dressed up. You know how they do it on like the baseball jumbotron. I thought maybe something like that, but no. But yeah, both teams are battling some significant injuries for some key players.
Jake Heidberger's not even practicing. He's doing walkthroughs, and that's about all he can do. So then by the time it's game day, he gets on the court, and it's just no practice.
I think it showed against Boise. He was, I believe, 1 for 9 from the field. He had 3 points. I mean, look, bad games are going to happen for players, but if he's not healthy, you gotta take. I know taking him out of the lineup makes it even harder to find scoring, but I mean, you gotta think about the future, and getting him healthy for the tournament is, I think, your best shot at making a run. But yeah, 3 points, 1 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. So Jack Manny had some solid minutes. Cam Foss, 20 minutes, 3 points. Wilson Jack, 16 points, 4 rebounds. So
Only getting better. He's only getting better.
Sean Gorey played 39 minutes.
Yeah, there was not a
20
whole
points, 11 rebounds.
There's
But
not a whole lot of get gory. Get to Sean. Not a whole lot of that going on.
9 of 20.
See, I was watching.
Before you get into this, I will say, the beginning of the year, talking about Sean Gorey, you would have been, a little bit of steam come out of your ears.
I was critical of
He's grown. Averaging, where's the points? 13.8 points a game in his freshman year. That's pretty good. But when you look at the shot selection that he took on Saturday, it's a whole lot of floaters, I noticed. And it almost looks like he's trying to get fouled. Like he's pulling up and he's making that, hey! To get the ref's attention. I want to see him attack. He's a slasher. And I know he can shoot the three, but, make him think that you're going to go inside and get easier looks on the outside. That's how you do that. So, 20 points is 20 points. You'll take 20 out of a guy. But dogs, not to shout anything out on fscollegian.com, but dogs are going to have to find somebody to really go like that to a game when they have a lead. And I know they didn't have a lead at all against Boise, but you look at the previous game against Colorado State and against Wyoming and against New Mexico and whoever they played before that.
When they do have leads,
they vanish.
Falls. Now, if this were a couple of months ago, I probably would have cut the wire to your mic and just have taken over when talking about Deshaun Gorey. Now, 9 of 20 is not something to talk about. And Wahlberg said, 20 points on 9 of 20 shooting, you don't want that. You want that closer to 9 of 15. He knows that. Everyone knows that. It was not his night shooting.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it really wasn't anybody's night shooting. But
what impressed me about this game, he was constantly getting to his spot. Now, should that be his spot moving forward? I don't think so. Those little runners and floaters, I think that's more Hybriders game, off catch and shoot, off of a cut. But for him, he was getting to those spots. It just was not falling. So I was impressed with the fact that he would get there, whether he's going towards the basket or going away. He's getting those shots. And that really opened my eyes to him. Maybe I hadn't seen this before, but I really paid attention. I'm like, wow, he's constantly getting to where he wants to go.
Yeah.
And so I will give him his flowers there. Shot wasn't falling. Really, no one's shot's been falling the past couple of games except Wilson Jack, and he's going inside.
Yeah, he's doing that, backing out. Little Kareem hook shot. I mean, it works. And he has impressed me the most, I think, out of the growth of the young freshman on this team. Did you see that fadeaway that he took? Mid-paint? Looking like Dirk out there.
Begs the question, because Wahlberg's talked about this a couple weeks ago. We're going to open it up for him. He's talking about the three-point line. We're going to open it up for him. His pregame, him and Kochevar going back and forth at the three-point line. Open it up.
He took some threes. He's got a pretty good shot for a 7-footer.
Right.
But I don't think that's what you want to rely on.
No, you don't want to rely on that. But when you're down by as much as you're down by, I think getting a shot like that is you're giving yourself a higher percentage than what some of these other guys are doing.
Well, and I also think, I just think I just completely lost that thought. I don't know.
Wilson Jack has been playing very well, and you've seen his growth over the past couple of months.
The one thing that I think he just needs to do better at is just going up strong. Because I'm tired of seeing him get an offensive rebound and then try to get somehow outside to get that hook shot up. Just put it up on the glass and just hope you get, at worst, you're going to get fouled and you're like a 75% free throw shooter. Like, you're not Shaq at the line. You're fine. But
some of those times when he's taking more and more time, guards just go in there and rip that thing out.
Yeah, they do.
It's fair, but he's definitely Some guys have taken a step back. He's definitely taken a step forward. Just moving down the court, it seems like he's got a lot more confidence. So we'll see how the team fares. I got senior night on Tuesday.
Against those pesky Spartans. Not having a great year, but we'll say they did pull off one of just, a typical Mountain West upset against Nevada a couple weeks ago. I saw their post. I was like, they beat Nevada? And I go and look at the box score. I mean, when you shoot 52% from 3, you're going to win games. Yeah, and when the other team shoots 3 of 20 from 3, that's also going to help. But, Colby Garland, 29 points of 10 of 17 shooting, 4 of 5. I really hope my mic wasn't cut out for that because I just heard that click and I got scared. 10 of 17 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3, and had 9 assists. So, going to be a player to watch out for the Dogs. I mean, they're 8-21, but that could be a big upset. Mm-hmm. Beat them pretty handedly by 15 in early January. Feels like forever ago. It'll be almost 2 months since that game.
Just started conference.
That was Fresno State's first road conference win under Vance Wahlberg.
Good mojo.
You hope so, because right now they're the 10 seed, and they're going to be the 10 seed. But yes, they will be the 10 seed.
They locked in something.
Yes, they will play. As of right now, either Colorado State or Boise State. So, now, I've heard, because somebody didn't want me to stay for both tournaments, that you will also be having some fun.
Oh, stop. I mean, yeah. But,
yeah. No, I'm talking to the chair behind you, obviously. We're taking it. We're taking the chair. Yeah, sorry you had to find out this way.
Dang it. Well, I will. I'm missing out on ACP, but I will be getting in a car. Whose car?
What kind of car? Who knows?
There's concepts of a car.
We have concepts of a car.
We will somehow make our way down to Vegas to watch the men's team play some basketball.
Who's going with you?
So we got a guy down here. You can't see him. Philip, who gave you that Giannis clip earlier. We got Jasmine and we got Christian going.
It's a great team. I realize I never told you who I'm going with, but I'll let you finish.
So we got the Fab Four. Who do you got going?
I've got our manager, Isaac. He'll be on photo, and I got the sports reporter, Juan. So, little three, big three out there.
Big three.
We got a big three.
Do you know who's D Wade, who's Bosch, who's LeBron?
I'm more like a Udonis Haslem guy.
Okay.
I'll be on the bench cheering him on. Mm-hmm. Isaac's definitely like he'll be Birdman.
And then that of course leaves Shane Battier.
Yes,
right?
Yes, that's the big three we're obviously talking about.
If you had 4, we could throw in Norris Cole.
Yeah,
but and no one can fill Mario Chalmers' shoes. I'm sorry, no one can do that.
Yeah, but no, it'll be a nice little big three for the women's. We'll fly straight out of San Francisco and then get a car allegedly in Las Vegas and drive that around for hopefully more than 8 hours.
Yeah. Are you staying in what kind of flight? Economy plus? Ooh.
Whatever Southwest lets us on.
If you fit in your bag, just go in there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping at 5 a.m. it's not going to be too crowded, but I also don't want a repeat of my flight home from D.C. where I was in the second to last row, sleep deprived, in between a family going to Eugene, and right before takeoff, I knocked out, woke up conscious around probably like Indiana or like Illinois, but not Illinois. It's like that southern part of Illinois.
Yeah.
No idea where I was, to be honest. I mean, I was leaned over, my neck was hurting. It was a whole thing, but
We'll see how that experience goes.
Hopefully the early flights. I think we're probably just gonna stay up Friday night, not sleep. Pray they don't get the noon game because I don't want to be sleep deprived. Have airport
that alarm goes off.
Have airport must all over me. So, but yeah, we'll head back to the men's 10 seed. No opponent yet. I'm not gonna go through the teams and who they're playing. Try to figure it out.
We'll figure that out. But either way, we'll be bringing you lovely coverage from the Thomas and Mack Center over at UNLV for the final Mountain West tournament. We can say we're a part of that.
We are.
Final coverage in the Mountain West.
Well, I mean, the Mountain West is still going to exist. Semicolon, however.
Yeah, but Fresno State's
Semicolon,
not.
however, comma. Yes. Right. We don't want to be misleading because we've been accused of doing that this past week. We won't get into that. Speaking of seeding and tournaments and madness. What's your favorite tournament out of all, I believe, 34 conferences?
Now, I saw this the other day, and I genuinely stared at this tournament bracket for a couple minutes going, this is sick. The WCC.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
There's another conference that does it too.
I forget which conference does that, but I saw the 1 and 2 seasons. I'm just, wow.
Yeah.
That's sick. All these lower teams got to play. You're getting the multiple buys, and then Gonzaga, of course, is going to make it to the semis automatically. That's just sick. That's awesome.
The Sun Belt does it as well.
Okay.
That's why they call it the Fun Belt, colloquially. Say that 5 times fast. Colloquially.
3 more times.
Ended at 2. Yeah, I mean, there's some strategy involved to it, I think. You give your best teams the best shot at making the semis. But, sometimes you get a Cinderella run. I know last year in the WCC, I was kind of heavily invested into that tournament. And I think Pepperdine was a 10 seed and made it, I think, to the quarterfinals. So you never know. Something crazy happens. But I do think, for some of the teams, it's a little bit of a tough draw. Because I think the 5 and 6 seed, USF and Pacific, the 5 seed gets to play Oregon State and then Gonzaga. Which, okay, But the 6 seed Pacific, if they win, they got to play Santa Clara and St. Mary's and then probably Gonzaga. So, I mean, look, you're a 6 seed, but if you take the 6 seed in the Mountain West, you're not playing the top 3 seeds in your conference in the tournament. You're probably playing 2 of the top 3, but you're definitely not going to play all 3, and I think that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it'll probably be Gonzaga or St. Mary's that comes out of the conference. And if it's St. Mary's, then it'll be a 2-bid conference because there's no way they're going to leave Gonzaga out. It could be a 3-bid. If some team steals a bid, Santa Clara, that's the only other team that's going to win. There's no shot. Then it might be a 3. They might kick St. Mary's out, but we're
prepared to watch the madness.
Yeah, I think the Pac-12 should adopt that kind of conference schedule.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're being, what's the word? Progressive.
They're just
adding the flex game for football. They're with the times. They're going to do stuff for fan engagement. I think I'm a fan. You're a fan. You like that format.
Yeah.
It's just 2 bozos here sitting here in Fresno talking about
Put
Pac-12, like
us
we're-
up in San Ramon. Get us in
Yeah.
some meetings.
Like
let
we're
us
with
let
the
us
board
bounce some
members.
ideas.
We're actually, this is the camera, but we're actually we're live streaming into their boardroom meeting right now.
Yeah, actually, did you know that? I didn't know that until right now.
I know, it's just right there. You can't see the red dot, but we are live, and so look into that format. Maybe do some Pac-12, sprinkle some Pac-12 magic in there.
Bring St. Mary's along. Keep that Gonzaga-St. Mary's rivalry alive, please, for the love of God.
There's no guarantee of anything. There's no guarantee of anything.
I'm very
keeping rivalries.
I'm very sad that the last WCC game between St. Mary's and Gonzaga was played on Saturday, and it was an absolute cinematic masterpiece. 31 points from St. Mary's point guard. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that.
But instead, you'll see
Gonzaga and Utah State on a Tuesday night.
Which, speaking of Utah State, there are some burner Utah State fan accounts on social media that are super loud about everything Mountain West basketball. They are heated.
You see they had a cow out. They decorated their entire stadium in cow pattern, and to top it all off, they had their pet band in pink for the udders.
Wow, that is.
Could you imagine trying to coordinate something like that here?
No,
Exactly.
I could not.
Exactly. That's special. So I'll give them credit for that.
Maybe
But also,
maybe I should be
Utah
listening to
Utah State needs to learn how to win on the road, and until they do that, I'm not going to pick them in my bracket. I last 2 years, I've had somebody from the Mountain West go at least to the Elite Eight, because I believed after San Diego State made the national championship game against UConn, okay, maybe the Mountain West isn't that bad. Been let down so many times. New Mexico last year, Utah State last year. I think we had 4 teams in the conference in the NCAA tournament last year, and I think they all were out by the round of 32.
Colorado State was a floater away. This freshman from Maryland puts
Traveled.
this
He traveled, by the way.
floater backboard as he's going out of bounds, and he makes that.
Traveled.
That one broke my heart.
Traveled though. Was a travel. And
I
look
was
where
riding
Maryland.
the Ram.
Look where Maryland is right now. Bottom of the Big Ten.
That was the domino. They got that win, and then look at them now. So I'm ready for the bracket. I'm ready for these conference championships. I'm ready.
I think
to get
it's
my
so dumb that conference tournaments run into Selection Sunday. I think that's the dumbest crock. Get ready for a bleep. Crock of shit ever.
If I had a nickel for every time we talk about these high committees making schedules or making conference alignments, I would be very freaking rich. So we understand that they suck, okay?
Yeah.
We understand that we're not going to get what we want.
Put Fresno State in the tournament just for the hell of it.
Why not? First time since 2016.
2016.
Break that streak. Break the streak.
Yeah.
But you know a team that's trying to continue their streak?
Diamond Dogs, right?
Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs.
Look at that.
We've got ourselves a team on our hands over there at Pete Biden Stadium. They weren't there.
Back. They'll be back over there. They weren't there this past week. They'll be back. But
2
what
weeks.
happened? No, tomorrow.
Oh,
midweek
that's right.
matchup.
Yeah, I forget about those. I forget about those Tuesday games.
Yeah.
A little bit of Valley rivalry. Yeah. Traveled up to Palo Alto, play the Cardinal, former NCAA Super Regional team from 2023, I believe, 2024. Mixing up my years here, but yeah, they took the and they took it to the Cardinal. They gave him the old wood shampoo out there.
Yeah. The Diamond Dogs kind of resembled a beaver with the way they just
I'd say
knocked them down.
chainsaw. We don't want to be beavers.
Fair enough. Bulldogs got it done. That was a rough first game. And out away.
Couple routine plays away from forcing extras, but
1 out away. RBI triple. A walk-off RBI triple.
Arguably more electric than a home run.
I could make that argument. I think it's valid. But they saw that, recouped.
And I took that personally.
They did. And they came back. Boom, boom.
22 runs on Saturday and Sunday. And, Ryan Overland talked about the identity of this team before their first series against Utah. I think they found their identity. They're just going to score. And they're just going to say, try to keep up with us. Because, that's now, I think, 4 or 5 out of their last 6 or 7 games that they've scored 11 runs, or 11 or more runs. So,
problem is, the other team's scoring a lot of runs too. But that's neither here nor there.
If they can't score more than you,
it's true.
If you just keep scoring,
you get into a shootout, you're going to win. The problem is if it's not a shootout,
if it's a defensive battle, the
odds are not in your favor. But
never tell me the odds.
It was Star Wars night, and we're just sprinkling so many
good quotes.
It says I love it. But Sacramento State comes to town tomorrow over at Bob Bennett Stadium for a midweek matchup.
MAC team, by the way.
MAC.
Not for football only, but still, I'll throw in a little conference realignment jab. Always, we'll always throw in a jab like that. So,
love me some action on Tuesday night.
Yeah,
and we'll technically see it tomorrow. Technically not, but we love some action.
First time this century that they've beaten Stanford in a series. First time since 1999. In the wise words of Prince, should party like it's 1999. Shout out Prince. Shout out Mama Reynolds for getting me into Prince. Shout out.
Does she have raspberry beret?
Oh, she's got everything. Got Purple Rain. Everything.
That ain't like Minnetonka. All of it.
All of it.
Party like 1999. A lot of the players on this other team probably weren't alive in 1999. But that doesn't matter.
I know I wasn't.
That doesn't matter. You know why?
Why is that?
Because they're winning ball games.
That is true.
Softball team is winning ball games.
Oh. You can go back one more year, 1998. National championship.
Whoa, and then the connection. So that means they're going to do it again this year. We just made that connection.
And then 10 years down the road, Fresno State baseball is going to win the national title.
Another one.
Boom.
That.
Soul Reed.
Here we are. A no-hitter alert. We have a no-hitter alert.
Sound the alarms.
Sound the alarms. We're not no Greg Amsinger before first pitch. We have a no-hitter alert. No, it actually happened. Lauren Karanko from Clovis High School. Go Cougars. Win the track. I went to school with her. It's pretty cool to see. She just threw a no-hitter. Like, hey.
Did you have any classes with her?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Freshman year, I think we had the first 3 periods together.
Nice.
Shout out math, Spanish, leadership.
Spanish?
Yeah. Took 4 years of Spanish.
And how many words do you remember?
Seis o siete. No, okay. That's the worst. I made one. I made my first.
Oh,
and it wasn't number joke ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I'm just not going to look at you for the rest of the podcast because that
I finally did it. I'm a hater of those jokes, but when you do it bilingually, it's pretty cool. Let's get back on track here. Softball.
I am disgusted right now.
Is the softball team back yet? Are they still on the road?
I'm not all in yet. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. Okay. Put all my chips forward.
You're still looking for a table?
Yeah. It's good to see them win. We'll say that. But these programs, I'm not going to talk about UCSD. I don't know their program. I know Pacific softball program. Not the greatest. So I don't want to, jump the gun.
Okay.
That's
fair.
We'll see them in 2 weeks.
Finally.
I believe they have another. I think they have 4 games: 2 against St. Mary's, 2 against Santa Clara, in the Silicon Valley Classic. By the way, before they come home for Mountain West play, they go 3-1 in those games. I'll give them. I'll raise.
Okay.
Say we'll throw in a little $10 chip.
You'll hit.
Yeah. But I don't.
Right now, we're still.
Yeah, I just it wasn't. I mean, okay, a no hitter's convincing, but took them extras to beat Pacific in game 1. It was 5-4 against UC San Diego in day 2. I believe they beat Pacific 3-0. So, it's like I said, it's good to see them win, but string it together. Maybe they figured out something in their last tournament. They got waxed by UCLA and Texas Tech, which, it's fair. But they beat Cal. So there's something there. I believe they went 1-3 in that tournament. I believe they lost to. I don't know who they lost to, other than UCLA and Texas Tech. But that's besides the point.
We're not in the deep end yet. We're just
getting our toes wet.
Walking.
Still getting acclimated to the water. Well,
they're on the road. They're winning games on the road.
This is true.
So, I think you give them that. But once we start that Mountain West play, we'll really get a real identity for both teams. How scrappy are they going to be? Is Karanko
Can she carry?
Can she become a Mountain West Pitcher of the Year?
I mean, she definitely has the tools.
No hitter this early.
No hitter. I think she pitched 2 shutouts. So it's a pretty low ERA.
Earned run average for the.
You know who else had a pretty low ERA? Mountain West Freshman of the Week, Parker Heinz. Is that his name? Yeah, Parker Heinz. Along with Sky Collins, Mountain West Player of the Week. Shout them out.
Does he have a nickname called? I think he should be Swiper.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because he steals bags. Leads the Mountain West with 6 steals this season. Did I just
10
do
games?
something?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did I just do something? Start calling him Swiper? Are people gonna come to the games with cutouts of Swiper? Probably not. He may think that's the dumbest thing he's ever heard in his life. You know what? I tried. But shout out to you. 6 steals so far.
It's good to see that, though, coming off that just awful leg injury during the Mountain West tournament last year.
A couple outs away from celebrating with your homies, and then next thing you know, you're getting
carted off the field. Yeah. So, yeah, Sac State, and then we had a Tucson, and then they got another Tuesday game after Tucson. Maybe Cal Poly. I believe that sounds right.
Yeah, they play Cal Poly.
I think that sounds right. And then they'll be back here to play Nevada, which I believe last time they played Nevada. I don't know if you remember.
They got swept?
No, in the Mountain West tournament.
Oh. I think they got swept during a series last year.
Yeah.
Well, let's not go that far.
But that was in Nevada. They got to come here. They got to come to our territory. All that matters is we beat them in the Mountain West tournament. In 14 innings, by the way.
Electric.
Murph Gray. Down the line.
That game was electric. Did not end, but it was electric.
Yeah, I think, is that it?
I mean, I have a really far out there wraparound.
Oh.
And it's just like it's just scraping the bottom of the barrel for like connections.
Let's hear it. You made a 6-7 joke in Spanish. It can't get any worse than that.
All right. So, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, the creator of Sonic was here at
I
Fresno
remember
State
that. Yeah.
talking about creation and games and all that.
Mhm.
I wasn't able to go, but my teacher actually talked to us about it and mentioned that the creator of Sonic is coming to Fresno. I thought that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where I'm going with this?
I have no clue. Guys, I'm on the edge of my seat trying to see where this is going to end.
The creator of Sonic was recently here in Fresno. And then, just today, Sonic and Knuckles were disbanded. Did you hear about this thing?
Yes, I did.
David Montgomery was traded
to the Houston Texans? Yeah. For a
Knuckles-
fifth round pick.
Sonic and Knuckles are no more.
You're telling me the Raiders couldn't throw up a 5th round pick for this guy?
Genty Montgomery? That's a 1-2 punch. Can 1-2 punches exist in the NFL now?
Oh, yeah.
But if you got one, why aren't you keeping him?
I guess they just didn't want to pay him, maybe? Was he a free agent?
I don't know his contract, but seems like they didn't get much. They did not get enough for a guy like Monty, who didn't have as good of a year this past season as he did the year before when there was really Sonic and Knuckles.
Ben Johnson.
Is it the Ben Johnson effect?
Was it Ben Johnson? Was he the reason? Who knows?
But now you look at Houston, which shout out to my brother who's a Texans fan. That happened just a couple of years ago. Yes.
What is the I'm gonna phrase this nicely. Actually, I'm not, but I'm gonna say it in the nicest way possible. What the heck is wrong with your family?
One name, CJ Stroud. I think it was
Get me out of here.
a dynasty league. My brother put all his chips into CJ Stroud, who enjoyed that first year, and from there on out, I have just been hounding him about CJ Stroud. So he's a Texans fan. So I haven't been able to speak with him yet, but whatever happened to Joe Mixon, they're gone. Okay.
I guess.
I don't know if Nick Chubb, how long his contract is. Woody Marks.
I mean, if this
Damian
is,
Pierce, I don't know.
at some
happened to
point,
him.
like, I mean, obviously, like Woody Marks and Damian Pierce, like, but like if this is a running back room in like 2018, 2019, that is Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, and David Montgomery. That is
Dare Ogunbowale. Can't forget him. I mean, I don't
this
really
guy
know
is
what
naming
both teams.
5th string running backs on the Houston Texans in early March, excuse me. But it will be mid-March when this is posted, and I think that is just insane behavior.
Sicko behavior. That's my goal in life. To be
What's more
sicko.
what's more sicko? Naming 5th string running backs on the Houston Texans or ruining your sleep schedule to watch Paralympic curling?
I think it's Team USA or nothing. Then cue the eagle screech with, what the heck is a kilometer? Cue
Matt.
the edit.
Play Freebird.
Well, now that I gave you just the worst connection ever, we just got to throw out there that football is still out there in the ether. And read Josiah Pointer's mock draft,
Ooh.
first top 10 picks.
Yes.
We're always going to shout out the website.
Yes.
Of course, shout out the story like that.
FScollegian.com.
See what he hit. See if he hits. See if he doesn't hit. Remember last year, did not hit, but nevertheless, still a good read.
Yeah. First 10 now. I think after pro days, after those wrap up, we're going to do a full 32 and then post one right before the draft. And then I think that'll be it for all of our football coverage here. And that's going to be real sad.
2026 6th season. Good night.
Super Bowl. Everything's over.
And just like that, the Giannis episode, the Walter Payton episode, the Shaquille O'Neal episode is over.
It's over.
Number 34 in the books.
Shout
David
out.
Ortiz, 34.
Ooh. It's a
Big
big one.
Poppy.
Big
Just
Poppy.
like that.
Big Poppy. Oh God! Now you're gonna have to make me. You're gonna make me dig deep. Find some. I'm ashamed that I cannot come up with a good hockey player for this one.
If we got to 99,
Keep yapping. Keep yapping for just
gonna
a
keep talking.
little bit.
Let's see. Nolan Ryan. Look at all these 34s. And 33 is such a great number. Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 33 is just, it's one of the better numbers out there. Personally, when I played basketball, I was a 3 because I'm not going to live up to Larry Bird. So I was half. So that's why I chose number 3 for those of you. Jake Heidbreeder's number 3. It's a lot of good 33s out there. Just the number 3. I don't know how much longer I can go. I don't really know any other 34s off the top of the dome. But there's a lot of good ones. Giannis and the Bucks, what are they gonna do? He wasn't traded. Here he is, still with the Bucks. Does he want to be there? Does he not want to be there?
Okay, we're good.
Why did Chicago not go out and get him? And now I'm talking about Chicago. No.
27-0 run by Chicago to end their February losing streak, by the way. Did you shout out for the hockey sickos out there? Mika Kiprasov.
Oh,
and we'll just end it right
How did I
there.
forget that name?
And we'll just end it right there.
It's on the tip of my
Where
tongue.
do you think that man is from? Mika Kiprasov. And how about you give me just a spelling of that last name real quick?
How many vowels are in that? Like 2?
3.
3. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's
Oh,
go.
and his first name or his last name?
Last name.
3. There's also 3 in his first name, so it doesn't matter.
Let's go Serbia.
No.
No?
No.
Where?
He's from Finland.
That was my third guess.
What was your second guess going to be?
Slovenia.
Oh, see, you're in that basketball European
Yeah.
sense, yeah. But yeah, Mika Kiprasov. How about you take a crack at his first name?
Mika?
Yep. 3 vowels, by the way.
There goes my. Okay. Is it M-E or M-I? Or none?
It is M-I.
M-I. Okay, M-I-K.
Wrong. And that's where we'll end it. Tune back in for episode 35, where I will reveal the name spelling of Mika Kiprasov for Finnley. He'll have to sit with this for at least a week, maybe 2. I may not be here next Monday.
We'll see.
And you better not go to Google when we leave.
I swear.
Better not.
Swear on Larry Bird.
I'll have the CIA tap you.
Aren't they already?
Probably.
Episode 34 is in the books. Peace out. Good night. Go to the Collegian's website. Do all of that good stuff. Thank you. Good night.